Hello, my name is Ruben Quinones, and I'm going to show you how to use a special timer called a Pomodoro timer in order to help you study more efficiently or work longer or stay focused for a longer period of time. This is a technique that was developed by an Italian guy named Francesco Cirillo. And the basic idea is that you use 25-minute study periods or work periods with 5-minute breaks between them. The work periods must be 100% dedicated to this work, 100% focused, whereas the rest periods must be not work. You can't just kind of keep doing it. You have to drop the book, the pencil, drop whatever it is you're doing, stand up, stretch, get a glass of water, listen to a 5-minute long song, step outside for a couple of minutes. And then after those 5 minutes are over, you come back and you get right to work. 100% of your attention is back on it. If your mind starts to wander, you can write down a one-word note to yourself just to remind yourself to take care of that thing at the break, and hopefully your mind will sort of release it until then. And some people like the ticking sound of a kitchen timer, and I've seen other videos where you have these scientifically bioengineered sound waves that synchronize with your synapses or something, but that's probably not necessary. Usually just the sound of a clock ticking is plenty. So of course you could set an alarm to do this, but it's annoying to have to keep resetting the alarm, and it could be disruptive to people around you if you're in a public place. But there are some great apps that accomplish the same thing, such as ClearFocus on Android, which I use from time to time. But I made this video timer about a year ago because I wanted something really, really simple. You just play the video, let it play anywhere where you can see it. And when you feel like you want to quit, just look up at the number and you see that you can stop in so many minutes. And after the 25th minute, the background will change to white. And I promise you'll notice this if it's anywhere in your field of vision. You don't need to be looking directly at it. After the 4th study period, there is a 15-minute break instead of a 5-minute break. But if you want to work longer than that, you just right-click on the video and then select loop, and you're basically doing 2-hour loops of 4 Pomodoro sessions. Now, I use this all the time in lots of different situations. Maybe if I'm working on the laptop, I might have it playing on my phone. If I'm pretending to study Chinese, I might have it playing on the laptop. Or I can play video on the tablet if I'm reading a book on the couch. Different situations. Even when I'm teaching, sometimes I'll project it onto the screen just to keep kids to keep reading or working, and kind of just point at the number if I see them start to lose focus. So the problem with studying for a long time or staying focused on a project is that your highest level of focus is right at the beginning. And even though there are peaks and valleys, the more time goes by, the less attention you have for this thing. You're sort of using up your resources, your reserves of focus. But what if something comes up after a couple of hours of studying, of working, that you really need to be at your peak level of attention for? But it might take you too long to figure it out, or you might forget it because you didn't learn it well enough. Or you might simply give up and not understand it because you weren't able to give it your full attention. The Pomodoro technique fixes that in a way because you have these 5-minute breaks. You're at peak attention from the beginning, but you know that you're not that far from your next break. You know that you have a break upcoming. You're able to take your mind off it and come back again, maybe not 100%, but very nearly. And likewise, you're able to stay focused in the next block and in the next block also. You have a 5-minute break, but you're able to stay and not lose too much of this sort of reserves of attention. Usually you take a 15-minute break at this point. But again, if you look at this, you can see that after a couple of hours, your level of attention, at least in the initial parts, should be near where it was at the beginning. So you're able to, even though you're losing some of the time along the way, is going to be more enjoyable. And by the time you get there, you'll be able to give nearly your full attention to these things that might be pretty cognitively demanding, that you wouldn't otherwise have been able to understand. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.